Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Today, what we're going to make is we're going to make some sore muscle body butter. Help to soothe those muscles for those days when you just feel like your muscles are really tight and tense. Maybe you had a hard day at work, maybe you worked out too hard. I'm going to try and give them some soothing to help you relax. So first we're going to start off with some cramp bark and turmeric and castor oil. And we're going to measure everything in grams because that's the most accurate. Now, castor oil is a thicker oil. However, what it does is it helps take those ingredients that you've put into your formula and it drives them deeper into the skin. Cramp bark helps to get rid of muscle spasms, and turmeric helps to soothe those muscles. Now, in order to cut some of the thickness, the heaviness of the castor oil, we're going to add in some fractionated coconut oil. And what that is it's coconut oil that cannot solidify. All right, and that's going to add some moisture, and it's also going to cut down on the thickness of the castor oil. Then we're going to add some shea butter. That gives a lot of moisturization to the body. After we're done with that shea butter, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in one of my favorite new fats, and that's tallow. I get my tallow from a local farm, and I render it myself. When you're rendering it, you're removing the smell, but you're also removing any impurities. So if you choose to want to render it yourself, you're going to want to put in a big handful of salt to help pull out any of those impurities. Tallow is closest to our own fats, not our own necessarily oils, that's going to be jojoba oil, but our own fats in our skin. Yes, it's a type of fat, but it's a different type of fat. Then we're going to melt everything down, get everything to play well together. Now you can leave it in the container you melted it in to mix it in, but I'm going to go ahead and pour it in a bigger container as I melted it in a really small pot. And so I don't want it to splatter all over the place if I try to mix it in that little tiny container. Once I do that, then I'm going to put it in the fridge because I want it to solidify a little bit. I don't want it to be rock hard, but I do want it to solidify. So depending on how much you put in there, it may be half an hour, 45 minutes, may even take an hour and a half. Okay, I've now taken it out of the fridge for the first time. Gonna whip it up a little bit, and you want to do this before you add in your arrowroot powder. You'll add in your arrowroot powder after you take it out of the fridge for the first time. You don't want to add it in hot. Okay. Vitamin E is going to go in now as well, and that's going to be an antioxidant. So that's going to help protect against environmental stressors. It's also going to help the product to last longer. We are putting in some essential oils. Frankincense helps to soothe your muscles. Black pepper is actually used. One, it does help soothe the muscles, but really important is turmeric cannot be absorbed into the body, into the skin without the presence of black pepper. All right, and then we're going to use cinnamon. Cinnamon is actually been um, used similar to aspirin, as it's been shown to be pretty much as strong as aspirin is. Right, now the arrowroot powder. Then we're going to mix it up. Now, the measurements I did 17 grams of shea butter, 52 grams of tallow, 1 gram of frankincense, zero point 0.7 grams of cinnamon, and zero point 0.3 grams of black pepper, 2 grams of vitamin E, and 12 grams of arrowroot powder. You can start off with less. You can add more later if you feel like it hasn't reached the right consistency, but you'll probably need to put it back in the fridge at least once or twice more before you get it to the consistency that you want. One other thing, and I did this so I know, do not start the blender on a high speed once you put the arrowroot powder in there as well, because it will fly all over the place, the same as, let's say, powdered sugar if you were making a whipped cream. All right, so I put it back in the fridge, pulled it out, whipped it again, and you're going to see the consistency. Okay? If you don't like the consistency, again, you can put it back in the fridge. You can add more arrowroot powder. And then I'm going to put these in these little glass jars. Now, this doesn't have any water in it. I did not make an emulsified version of body butter, so there's no need for any preservatives or emulsifying waxes. It's all oils. All right, there you go. We've got our body butter to help soothe those muscles on those rough days. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss a future video. Thank you so much.